For those who don't know, Kalgoorlie in Western Australia is a pretty long way from Ceduna in country South Australia. In fact, it's a touch over 1,400 kilometres. Pretty painful to drive, and one can only imagine how painful it would be to run. We're about to find out how someone gets so motivated to do this. Our special guest now is Andy Bowen. Andy, great to meet you. Nice to have you in here today. Please tell us what you're about to embark upon.
Well, the goal is to play the Nullarbor Links golf course, which is, as you say, across the Nullarbor plain there. I used to play a lot of golf and I do a lot of ultra running, and it seems sort of the natural thing to do. So the plan is to run it in 16 days, 85 kilometres a day. We'll be camping and along the way, so it should be interesting and uncomfortable, and we're just going to see how the brain will hold up to keep us going.
Now, you're not just doing it for kicks. There is a charity, if you can tell us exactly what's prompted that.
Yeah, there's two charities. There's Aspect, which is Autism Spectrum Australia, the largest autism-related charity in Australia, and I've got family members who are affected, so hence my support for that charity. And also the Splash of Red Foundation, which was a non-profit charity supporting SIDS research. Again, friends of ours have been affected, so wanted to do my little bit for them.
Well, certainly it's not your run-of-the-mill fundraiser, so you're certainly going to extra lengths. What are you hoping, or how much are you hoping to raise? Do you have backers already? How's it going? The
goal is to raise $50,000, which we're sort of trying to do through the website, which is 33marathons.com. We've really only just started the whole fundraising side of things, but we've got a few supporters in terms of companies providing clothing and shoes and so on, that sort of support, but we're now trying to start raising some money to support the charities.
How do you conduct normal life's duties with typical training for this sort of event? Because it would have to take hours upon hours every day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of ramping up the training now because I'm about 8 weeks out, so the training at the moment is twice a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, give or take. So basically the only thing I could miss out on was sleep, so you get up at 5 AM, go to bed at 11 or whatever. So sometimes I'm out, running out the door at 8:30 at night or 5:30 in the morning. Just got to keep doing it.
Yeah, unbelievable. Now, what about the team of people, no doubt, that have to be involved for the actual trip?
Yeah, well, we've got 4 guys coming with us in 2 vehicles, just from sort of safety perspective. But 2 guys are actually sort of looking after me and looking after the logistics, and then 2 others are coming to film it. So we should be doing little daily video blogs of what we're doing, and then they're going to be managing the websites. There's live GPS tracking and so on. So it should be fairly interactive for people to get involved and be engaged in what we're doing.
What are the biggest problems in such a run like this? Is it blisters? Is it just muscle aches and pains? Is it, we saw that you're preparing just in case there's a snake bite? Is it avoiding creatures like that? Or just what are the main issues that you'll hit?
Well, tiredness is the main one. I'm fairly lucky with blisters and things like that. I don't tend to suffer. But tiredness is the big thing, but also nutrition and hydration, so that at the end of each day, at the start of the next day, I'm as well prepared as I can be. Because obviously each day you can't afford to be 10% down on where you were the day before, because you would never last the full distance. So that's a big physical challenge. And the other challenge on the Nullarbor is really the vehicles. There's a lot of the road trains going over there, and people I've spoken to who've travelled there have given me a lot of sort of warnings about my own personal safety in that respect. So I've got a set of glasses with a mirror in them so I can see vehicles coming behind me.
And that's just due to the fact that the road's so boring, isn't it? And so
that's why the golf course is actually set up, to try and break the journey up, because people were driving for too long and not really concentrating, because it's very, I mean, there's a 90-mile long straight piece of road and things, so it's a pretty featureless environment and easy to doze off.
I was going to ask you about the golf factor. You're a keen golfer yourself?
I used to play a lot, yeah. I used to play off a 4 handicap, but got children and now running 4 hours a day, there's not a lot of time left to play any golf either. Yeah. So yeah.
No, just if you can tell us about the golf course, because it's not like you have to hit it a million times over the distance. It is a normal sized golf course. It just happens to be that the gap between the holes is fairly large.
Yeah, that's right. It's a par 72 golf course. So, the 18 holes, and a couple of the holes, I think 6 or 7 of the holes are actually on existing golf courses. But then they've built other courses at the roadhouses along the way. So again, just to make people stop and enjoy the scenery, and which is part of what I'm actually looking forward to, is just getting out there and experiencing the Nullarbor.
Have you done much of this running for charity?
I've done a few ultra races before. I've raised sort of $5,000 and $10,000 in the past, but this is obviously a big step up for me from a physical perspective. So I want to step up things a little bit further. See if I can do it. Well, yeah.
So what's your breakdown over the couple of weeks? You've got at least 2 marathons a day.
Yeah, it's about 85 kilometres a day. It varies just because of where the holes are situated. So I think the longest day is 114 k's.
You're right, the first
day.
Yeah,
and the shortest is 55. So I'm really quite looking forward to that day because that's one I should be able to get away, knock it out of the way by lunchtime and have a rest. So.
And just before you came on here, I was just asking you about the mental side of things and how much that is a factor. Of course, you're talking about the physical training that you do, but how much do you need to? I imagine you have to be pretty or very mentally strong to be able to do 2 marathons, let alone your average once a year that the average person can do.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done it yet, but certainly I've done 100k races and 175k races, and there's a massive mental aspect to that. Physically, yes, it's really tough, but as long as you just keep moving, it's amazing how quick you'll eat up the distance. And it's knowing that you have very big emotional lows and highs along the way, and it's appreciating that they end, and you'll come out the other side and feel good about it. And you look back on things, and you never remember the lows. You always remember the highs, and that's the whole endorphin side of it. It's the enjoyment.
I don't mean to be negative, but have you ever thought perhaps you can't do it? Have you bitten off a bit more than you can chew, perhaps?
Regularly, when people question, well, because the guys who are crewing with me, they're concerned to make sure that I get there, and they're being honest about it. So yeah, those thoughts do go through my head because it's way beyond what I've done before. But then again, I've been training hard for about 12 months so far, and so that's why I'm doing 4 hours a day now, just to get myself fine-tuned, and hopefully we can get through it.
That's good that you can smile about it. I think it's very scary. But what about, you mentioned a website. What can people do if they want to see your video blogs or get involved or donate money?
Well, yeah, 33marathons.com is the website. It's fairly basic at the moment. We're sort of developing it as we get more. There'll be sort of tracking my training and so on. You can donate to either charity on there, and the idea is, say, with the video blogs, we're trying to make them a little bit more educational about the area because a lot of people haven't been out there. So we're actually approaching schools and hopefully getting schools involved, that they'll want to log on each day and see how far we've been and tell them a little bit about the history of where we're going and the physical challenges, logistical challenges. There's a lot of new stuff that we're interested in, hoping that other people would be interested in it as well.
Can people come out and see you and donate then?
They're more than welcome to join me.
Because, well, we did see with Shane Crawford, a lot of the people, the support was overwhelming. They would come and they would run with him for a couple of 100 metres and that sort of thing, just keep him pepped up. How much do you rely on people like that when you're, going down a 900, what was it, mile straight stretch of road?
90 miles straight, yeah. It was going to take me 2 days to run across that. But yeah, there's times when you need to have people lift you up, and there's other times where you want to be left alone. And it's kind of the crew know me, and we're all going to be learning a lot about each other on the way. But certainly, having people talking to you, it takes your mind off the pain. Because as I mentioned to you, I was doing this charity ball last night, 5 hours on a treadmill, and people were really nervous about talking to me. But when they came and talked to me, it made 20 minutes feel like 5 minutes. And when you're on for 5 hours, in the same situation, it's very nice to take your mind away from it, because it is such a mental sport.
Oh, that's right. Well, it is such a large area that you're covering, so if anyone's in the area, make sure you go and have a chat to Andy and make the time fly, and give generously as well. We wish you the best of luck in this, and we'll follow your progress.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.